5 people were shot and critically injured during a drive-by shooting in Louisiana on Sunday evening.
You see the prophets out here with the gospel, you think that we playing or something, You see the army and yeah, we the sons of God and we stand for something. Israel, Prince to have power with God and man prevail, you know the Israel, the flex on them. Jesus ain't mad cause I know why they raging, they know the most high God, so step on them, 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 yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, 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 yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, step on them, step on them, step on them, step on them. Step on him, step on his arms, step on his legs, step on his chest, step on his head. Let me just beat him in back of the head and remind about all of the things that he did. How that man did me in front of my children. How that man...
I'm gonna show you something real quick, sis. See, right now what you're doing, you lean into your own understanding, right? This is what society teaches the black women, to be independent, to be the woman. So when you hear how God set up the order, it becomes kind of hard,
like,
right?
I literally agree with the order, but
right?
I'm saying, how is, say you my husband,
right?
What do your relationship or how you and God or what does that have to do like anything with him?
I'm gonna show you. Watch this. I'm gonna show you your whole purpose while you was put on this earth. Watch this. I'm gonna start from the very beginning. Give me Genesis 3:16.
Bring it on!
I'm gonna show you from the very beginning the way God made you. The word woman. The woman comes from what?
Man.
Exactly. You come from the man's what? No, it's real. It's real. So guess what? If God made you to be a certain way, who are we to go against that?
Teacher.
Watch this. I'm gonna show you. I think it's in Genesis 3:16. Is that what I'm looking for? Let's see. Is it? Let me see.
Desires.
Yeah, there you go. Go with 16. Yeah, go down to 16. That's it.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Bring it on.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow.
This in childbearing, when you have children, so I'm gonna multiply your sorrow. Before then, the women you ain't had no pain. It was never meant for the woman to have labor pains.
And thy conception, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
What? The desire shall be what?
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
The husband shall rule what over the wife?
And he shall rule over thee.
God says the man shall rule over his wife.
That's right.
Watch this. Watch this. If you go against that, guess what? You're going against God, what the brother just brought out in 1 Corinthians. Because if you got with a God-fearing man, right? A man that fears God, that holds God near. Go back to 1 Corinthians. That hold God's near. Guess what? He's going to teach his wife. He's going to treat. Matter of fact, give me that. What is that? Ephesians. Deal with your wife according to the law, to wisdom. Ephesians
5. 1 Peter 3:7.
3:7. Let's get there.
Oh, no,
watch this. 1 Peter 3:7. I'm gonna show you because we ain't talking about Negroes out here in the street that just want to sleep with every woman. We talking about a God-fearing man. So with this God-fearing man, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna be patient with you. He's gonna teach you. He's going to be kind. He's going to know your weakness. That's what a God-fearing man is supposed to be. But it's an order first. The woman can't be above the man. The woman can't be a God above him. Because the man is the man. The man, God set it up that way. Watch this.
Ephesians 5:22 though.
Ephesians 5:22?
Yeah, get that.
That's what I'm on. Ephesians 5:22. I knew it was in Ephesians. Watch this. I'm going to show you, sis. It's cold out here. God dealing with you, sis. Because you know what? I seen the spirit over you over there. And then you come through and the spirit was tugging on you. We may be here just for you. Just for you. But watch this.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 22.
Bring it up.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
God says submit yourself to your own husband. Not going from this man being in this man's face and this man's face. That's something that our sisters do, not you. I'm talking about other sisters. God says, submit yourselves to your own husband.
As unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church.
So what you symbolize is what? The church. Is this mic on? What you symbolize is the church. That's the woman within this. So guess what? The man, the husband, represents what? Christ. And the woman, his wife, represents the church. That's the way God says. I'll praise it. We back? Bring me down just a little bit. So when you see that, God sets the man up as Christ, and the woman is as the church. But like I said before, that woman has to understand the order that God has set up from the very beginning. There's no, first we need to understand, I'm talking about a God-fearing man. I ain't talking about these niggas out here running the streets trying to bang and mess with every woman out here in the damn streets. We talking about a God-fearing man.
That's right.
That's gonna raise his kids in his house.
That's right.
Give me that. You got some more on that? Give me that when it says man that can't raise his worth in the infidel. Give me that. Give me that. I'm going to show you. God, it's in order with God. So understand, when the woman understands her part and play her role, she has to play her role. Have you ever played sports? You have played sports, basketball? If I'm the center, right? How can I go up and dribble the ball up court? My thing is to go down in the post, get the ball, and slam dunk it in the post. The wife can't take on the role as a man. That's what we were talking about, the pants. The pants, that was never ordained of the woman. That was something for men. So the white woman came along and brought that upon. That was never for kids. When you look at the history, when you look down here, you see our women in what? On the cotton fields in dresses. In dresses. So our women need to learn the parts and the roles. But watch this. This is what a man. If a man can't raise his kids, he don't need to be raising, sleeping with a woman.
That's right.
And I said this last night. Just because you have a penis doesn't make you a man.
That's right.
Guess what that makes you? A male. A male, not a man. Watch this.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house.
You got some of these no good niggas out here like these kids running wild. They ain't taking care of their kids, but they laying up with every woman and they just making babies. Now, don't even want to give child support. That's a darn shame. But watch what God says.
He hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
He is worse than a non-believer.
That's right.
If that man don't raise his kid and take care of his wife, I didn't say girlfriend, boyfriend, because you can't find it in the Bible. If the black woman say she's a queen, then where's your king? Where's your king? That's why we say, legs closed, Bible open. Legs closed, Bible open. That way you can have some understanding. But then you see that's what let me tell you something. In the black house, right? In the black household, it becomes a problem with the woman trying to take on the role of the man. When she starts to bump chests with the man. Now, boom, I'm gonna get you out of here, and guess what she does? She called her, what is it? I'm gonna use my word, PG. She called the white man to get him out the house. You got to go. Matter of fact, in Section 8 houses, the man ain't even allowed to be in the house.
Teach, y'all.
Think about it. Section 8, that man is not allowed to provide for his family. If they find out that he's in the house, they kicking him out. Now, y'all got to go. That's to destroy the black community.
That's right.
See, we got to be on the same page. The black man and the black woman got to be on the same page. A revolutionary black man needs a revolutionary woman.
That's right.
But she got to know her place and she got to know her part. Black sisters, you can't be beside me. You can't be ahead of me. Your role is to be behind me and let that man guide. If he's a God-fearing man, I will repeat that. If he's a God-fearing man, that's the way God set it up. Watch this. What you got for me? Go to 1 Corinthians real quick. 1 Corinthians 11. If he's a God-fearing man, what it means to be a God-fearing man, he has to have Christ as his head.
That's right.
Take the time out to pray with his family. Come on, y'all, we're going to pray together. We know the thing. A family that what? Prays together, what? Stays together. That's something your grandmothers used to say. Watch this.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
See? If we have a problem with that, the Bible tells us the head of every man is Christ.
That's right.
You men, do y'all have a problem with Christ being your head?
No, sir.
We don't have a problem with that. Watch this.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Sister, do you have a problem with that man, that God-fearing man, being head of you? If he's a God-fearing man, do you have a problem with submitting to what he says? I don't. Good black woman, if they find a good black man, they don't have a problem with doing what he says.
That's right.
They don't have a problem. They will do whatever that black man say because it's on us. Because guess what? What we see as beauty, y'all gravitate to. If we liken the Nicki Minaj and the Cardi B's, the sisters gravitate to that. Well, that's what the black man like. So that's what I'm gonna dress like. Until we change the beauty, how beauty is, how God set up beauty from the very beginning, then guess what? We have a problem. And it starts with us men. So guess what? We getting right.
That's
the men right here getting right. So guess what we doing? Hey, my sister, you got to fall in line. The men standing up.
That's right.
Hey, give me that. Who's gonna rise for me against the evildoers?
Bring it on.
Who's gonna rise and show our people who they are and what they must do to repent? Once we get right, guess what? We reaching down. Why you think we out here in the cold? Why you think we came out here for the parade? We say we going to the PJs. We going to the project because every time we come to these projects and when we leave, it's always somebody get killed.
That's right.
Down there when somebody got shot at the car. I think that was a year ago or so. And then right there at the house department right there, the woman went crazy and went shooting up with kids and everything else. We know what goes on in Monroe. We keep tracks of our community. When we pulled up this morning at 9 something, the police was here. Had the streets blocked out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
God is asking you, who's going to rise up for me against the evildoers? That's what we out here to do. Amen. Repent. Come back to God. Sisters, know your place. Know your role. If you got, I ain't saying don't you not, if a man gonna lay with you, he needs to marry you.
That's right.
God don't deal with boyfriend and girlfriend. That's nowhere in the scriptures. That's how we gonna build a kingdom, right? Not boyfriend and girlfriend. Goes back to it. Legs closed, Bible open.
That's right.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Who's gonna rise up? The people that's against God. If I was to ask anybody out here, which one of you hate God? Everybody's hands would be down. But their actions are so different.
That's right.
Actions. Like right now, I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Who out here love God? You love God, I know you.
Yeah.
You got your hand, I know I got you. Everybody out here love God. And I gotta ask you two this. Well, how do you show God you love him? Because right, if I'm saying that I love you, and if I get you and I body slam you, do I actually love you? If I Tina you, Turner, I don't love you. So how do we show God we love him? We cannot go into heaven and give God a hug. So how do you show God you love him? You say doing what? Doing his will. Watch this, that's a vague question I gotta ask you. You're not wrong, but what is God's will? Reaching out to the people. Watch this. I'm going to show you God's will. Watch this. See, when you ask us stuff and when we go back, having a dialogue, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you right here in the Bible. This is God's will right here, y'all. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, the law is within my heart.
God's laws is his will.
Right.
We was put on this earth to do his will.
That's
Israelite woman, Israelite sister. We was put on this earth to do his will. Keep it in Ecclesiastes. That's your whole duty and whole purpose on this earth. And I'm going to show you how you love God. But I'm going to get this real quick. Watch this. This is the whole purpose. What is this all about? Why is it all about? The brother's been bringing out that we the Israelites, salvation is only for us because Christ said out his own mouth, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yes. So that's why it's very important to know that you are an Israelite.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Bring it up.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
God, what is this all about? What is this thing called life? This journey? What must I do? I've been going through hell on this earth. I've been goddamn working trying to pay these bills and pay these. Hey, I remember my mom, boy, she used to be working and trying to pay things, and we used to eat that peanut butter jelly, that syrup sandwich, sugar water.
That's right, T-John.
I'm tired of eating tuna fish, mama. Why? Why you not home, mama? Why you walking out working all these hours? Where daddy at, mama? Why I got to learn how to be a man from the street? Lord, what is it all about, God? This is why all that crap is going on in our community. Because we have failed.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
He says, fear God and keep his commandments. Why do it say fear God? Think about it. Fear God. We like to give the devil credit, but the devil don't do nothing unless God allows him to do it. You know the story of Job, right? What happened with Job? We're going to have a dialogue. What happened with Job?
God said that he wasn't like trusting me, so the devil said, I bet if I take from him.
Come on, I let you speak in the mic. Come on. Go ahead, then. Go ahead.
So, okay, God basically banking on Job.
Right.
But God, Satan's like, well, you give him everything. You
Right.
take it away, then he won't be, as obedient and
Right.
to servitude. So God said, okay, well, you can take everything except don't touch him.
Touch him.
It was basically-
So guess what happened? Job was put to the test. And God told us, devil, hey, you can do anything but kill him. You can take everything from him but kill him. So guess what? That's letting you know that the devil works for who? The Most High God.
That's right.
So guess what? That's why you should fear God. Give me that, what is that, Psalms 119, 160? 120, about the fear. I tremble of your 121. Give me that. This is why, because this God will kill you and destroy you.
Right.
And your soul.
And your soul when it's all said and done. He's the great, terrible God. That's what they call him in the Old Testament, the great, terrible God. So you wonder why we in these conditions? Because God is allowing it to happen. Because guess what? You are his chosen people. That's right. No different from a father punishing his son or punishing his daughter. If you don't do what I tell you to do, what happens when your father or your grandparents or whoever that was over you, you got a whoop. You got your behind punished. That's what God says to his people. I'm going to punish you. You don't do what I tell you, I'm going to punish you. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 120. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee.
My flesh trembleth for the fear of thee. The things we see going on, when I think about trying to commit sin, I think about what can happen. What can happen to me? How can I get jacked up? Man, you could think of any way. Man, them murders, man, when I seen that dude come out, them brothers over here. Matter of fact, right there in that apartment complex and the brother was coming out, that was an early school day. The sun was coming out, kids probably get ready to go to school. And them brothers out here shooting, going crazy. What if one of those bullets would have hit one of these little kids? Whew. But that was God doing that.
That's right.
Because guess what? The night before, they was jumping on the police car, dancing, boom, man, all that. I'm not even from Monroe. How I know all this stuff? I'm not even from Monroe. I'm not even from the state of Louisiana. How I know this stuff? Woo.
And I am afraid of thy judgments.
I'm afraid of what?
I am afraid of thy judgments.
I'm afraid if I go out and go against God's laws and his commandments, he's going to jack me up. I'm afraid if I go out and sleep from woman to woman, guess what can possibly happen to me? I can catch something that I can't throw back. I can catch something where I can't get a shot in my behind. Now I'm stuck with it for the rest of my life. I'm stuck with something called AIDS. I'm stuck with something called HIV. And I have seen AIDS work close hand. I had relatives to die from AIDS. 6'6". And when he passed away, he was in the wheelchair and diapers. That's the judgment of God. But that's what we all got. That's what's going to keep us alive. What you got? Got anything? Yeah, read it again.
Psalm chapter 119 and verse 120. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments.
Let me go back to the first initial question. Your whole purpose on this planet Earth is to serve that man. With fear, if you go against that man, that God-fearing man, if he's teaching you according to the scriptures, he's showing you the way you're supposed to act according to the Bible, you should be in fear to go against that man. You should have fear. When that man tells you to jump, you should be like, hi, hi, my Lord. Hi, hi, my husband. If he's a good man, you don't have a problem with that. If you got a good man, he paying the bills, he making sure you good, the kids got food, and he say, hey, babe, I need you to jump high as you can. Are you going to say no, or are you going to jump high? Sister say she going to jump high. That's what I'm talking about, because I know sisters, if they got a righteous man, they going to fall in line.
That's right.
They gonna fall in line. Every sister, I can go to any sister on this planet Earth and say, hey sister, if you got a righteous brother that fears God and take care of his house, pays the bills, do what he's supposed to do, you gonna fall in line? That sister gonna say, you absolutely right. I don't have a problem with following that man.
Used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. Iuic has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. Iuic, we deliver the truth.